Let me ask you something. Have you ever been so tired that you drank coffee and somehow felt even more tired? Yeah, welcome to modern life. In the West, when we re-exhausted, we usually think, I need more sleep, or worse, I need to push harder. But in Eastern wellness traditions, exhaustion means something very different. And today, I want to explain why Eastern and Western health systems treat rest in completely different ways, and why that difference might explain why so many people feel burned out all the time. Let's start with a simple comparison. Western health tends to ask, what is broken? Eastern wellness tends to ask, what is out of balance? In the West, rest is usually seen as a reaction. You work hard, you get tired, you rest. In Eastern thinking, rest is a requirement, not a reward. And this difference changes everything. Let me give you a very modern example. Imagine your phone battery is at 5%. Western approach, quick, plug it in for 10 minutes. We just need enough charge to keep going. Eastern approach, why did the battery drop this low in the first place? And more importantly, are you charging it in a way that actually restores it or just barely keeps it alive? Most people today are living on 5% battery mode and calling that normal. In Western culture, rest is often treated like this. Sleep is something you schedule. Rest is something you earn. Taking breaks feels guilty. We admire phrases like, I'll sleep when I am dead, no days off, hustle harder. Rest becomes the thing you do after everything else is done, which, let us be honest, is basically never. So rest turns into scrolling in bed, passing out from exhaustion, or crashing on the weekend. That is not recovery. That is survival mode. Now let us flip the lens in Eastern wellness traditions. Rest is not about stopping activity. It is about restoring rhythm. The body is seen as a system that constantly cycles between activity, digestion, recovery, renewal. If those cycles are ignored, the system doesn't tea break right away. It slowly loses efficiency. So rest isn't tea just sleep. It includes slowing down before exhaustion hits, reducing stimulation, allowing the nervous system to feel safe, creating space for energy to return naturally. In other words, rest is something you practice, not something you collapse into. Here is another example. If you go to the gym and lift weights every single day without rest days, what happens? You don't get stronger, you get injured. But somehow, when it comes to mental and emotional effort, we think non-stop effort is fine. Eastern thinking says, if you never allow recovery, progress actually reverses. That applies to your mind just as much as your muscles. This is why so many people say, I sleep, but I am still tired. I rest, but I never feel restored. I took time off, but nothing changed. Because rest wasn't addressing balance, only exhaustion. Eastern wellness reminds us that rest is proactive. Rest is rhythmic. Rest is part of health, not the absence of work. So the real difference between Eastern and Western views of rest is this. Western health often asks, how fast can you get back to doing? Eastern wellness asks, how well can you recover? And in a world that never stops, learning how to truly rest might be the most productive thing you ever do. If this perspective feels different from what you are used to, this channel explores more Eastern wellness ideas like this. Welcome to Balanced Studio, and thanks for taking a moment to slow down.